First thing, we're going to start with some mobility for the ankles, kind of warm up, right? Before the exercise, we always have to warm up. So, we'll be focused on the ankles. So the first thing is, the heel has to be all the time touching on the floor, and then we will try to move forward and backward as much as we can without elevating the foot from the ground, right? If we want to increase a little bit the tension, we can just fix. Sometimes we elevate it, not because we want, but because of the movement. So we can just fix it, don't make a lot of pressure, but just fix it, right? And we just go forward and back. Good. Then we'll move to the other one. Around 10 times reps is enough. We don't really need too much. Remember that the heel cannot move from the ground and all my foot is touching the ground. Good, that was the first one. The second one is exactly the same exercise, but the thing is we're going to make a little pressure over here. So we're trying to increase the motion of the mobility in the ankle. Again, the heel has to be all the time on the floor. We count to 10 and relax, right? And we will repeat 3 times. Then with the other one, exactly the same. Heel on the floor, we move. The pressure I'm doing here is not really a lot of pressure, it's relaxing, but with some effort, right? I don't really press with all my body weight, it will be too much for the joint, but I need to stimulate a little bit. Good. Then we will move for the knees. So far, so simple. We move to a flexion and extension of the knees. Good. Now we make circles. First we go outside. And then we will go the other way. Good. Once we have this, we will move for the hip, right? So the first one, again, same posture, right? And we just try to go here. Try to be with the shoulder more or less same position as the knee is, same level, right? If you can get this so easily, then we will just try to reach with the shoulder, with the ankle, the floor, right? Again, the same, I cannot elevate the foot, I cannot move it like this, or open too much leg to reach. So we are in a stable position, right? And then we will go. Of course, the hip is going to open, right? That's why we are increasing the mobility on the hip. So that's the normal thing to do. Yep. We'll go to the other one. So exactly the same. If the shoulder is more or less in the same level in the knee, then we'll just go with the elbow, if you have the mobility enough. Good. Around 10 times is more than enough. Next one. Good. To increase the warm-up in the hamstrings, the thing we're going to do is we're going to wrap the front part of the toes, right? We're going to separate more or less a little bit more than the hips, but not too much, just a little bit. We will wrap the front part, then we will go all the way down and up. Yep. If you're going to reach all the way down, you can go squatting until this position, no problem, just go here and try to stretch as maximum as you can here, right? So we're moving the hamstring in the same. I'm just doing in a little bit less movement, so you can figure out how it will look. Good. If you are with this level is more than okay, you can reach all the way to the squat, so you will be able to squat like this. The next exercise will be here. With this exercise, we're moving the mobility on the hip, right? We'll just open the coxofemoral joint. So we're trying to increase our mobility when we have to do lateral movements or when we have to jump in a lateral way, right? Good. Next step is, if you'll be able to do this, to just elevate the arms as much as you can. Towards the floor and here. Good. Mobility of the hip, right? Then, of course, we go one side, the other side, right? And make some circles. That's basic warm-up. Good, good. So for the planks, first thing we need to be aware of is when we are in a standing position, right? Our spine has to be, I'm just trying to wrap a little bit more so you can see here, when I do this and when I do this, you can realize that I'm moving in different angles. So we need to be in a position that this curve is more or less flat when we're doing the plank, right? We need to be as a table when we're laying down, when we use the elbows, right? Is as flat as possible our back, right? So we need to correct this angle over here, and of course this one, which is the one that we used to have a lot of problems to maintain, right? Good. So first of all, we're going to start laying down in our elbows. Second thing we're going to do is try to be as flat as you can, right? So if I'm not right, I'm more or less flat. Max can correct me a little bit. If I'm not really flat, yes. So from here, the thing we're going to do is so fast, so easy, right? Maintain here is a quite easy position, right? So the thing I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to elevate a little bit the knees, both knees. Yeah. So to do that, my core actually is really tight right now, is fixing. So we're just going to count to 10 and we release. When we do this 3 times, right? The next exercise we're going to do is we're going to try to be in a really flat position. First thing we need to try here is to separate the elbows, the shoulders. So muscular plates are trying to be as flat as possible. Also, my lower back, try to be as flat as possible, right? Maybe a little bit now as a decline line, because of course the shoulders are really up. And I'm not really going to go here to be so flat, but here with a correct posture is more than okay. And the second thing we're going to do is we're going to elevate this leg and stay here. As you can see, my foot is not relaxed, it's standing, and I'm trying to make all the effort with my heel, right? I'm trying to grow with my heel. We maintain for around 10 seconds, we come back, and then we'll go to the other one. Remember, every time you're here, you have to locate again in a good position, right? Then we can go. Good. One of the things that's really common in this exercise is that we really turn the hip, right? So when we elevate, we are in neutral position. When we elevate, we used to do this, right? This is one of the things that you really need to cover and be here. This one cannot be like this, and of course not like this, if you want to work properly in the core. Good. After this one, we do the leg extension, right? So we will do 3 exercises of each leg, 3 times of each leg, during 10 seconds. Second one, quite easy. If we get the concept, it's going to be so easy. So from here, the only thing we have to do is rotate. How we rotate? We move here, right? We need to stay here and come back. Yeah? So we will go 5 times with each leg. Yeah? Then we will switch to the other one, which is exactly the same, right? We go here and here. Again, it's the heel. I'm trying to roll with my heel over there. Good? And then we can do 10 progressions that we go one leg, making the other one. Yes? Good. Okay, next exercise, instead of working in this core part, we can say, or looking with the belly to the floor, we're going to be laying down, right? And the first thing we have to be when we're laying down is be really focused on my spine, right? The spine line has to be straight, has to be like that. It cannot be, I'm going to be here, so there's a lot of space in the pelvis. And of course I cannot be here, right? So we need to be touching with as much as possible with the back, there. How we can do that? With this movement, we can control a little bit how much we touch on the floor. So here, for example, I can feel I'm touching with all my spine on the floor. When we're here, the first thing we're going to do is so easy. We're going to put the arms in the chest and we're going to elevate the hip. Yes? And we will go back. Probably you will feel it in the hamstring in the beginning, right? If it's cramping, please stop, because we need to be around 15-20 seconds in bridge position, which is this one. Yeah, so first exercise is just be here. Remember, I cannot drop like this. I have to go as flat as possible, following this line. Yes, so we will count until 20 and then we will release. Good. Second exercise, second progression. After doing 3 times this one of 20, we will do the same exercise. Yes, and then we will elevate one leg. Yes, exactly the same thing with the plank. I cannot be with the rotation of the hip or here. I need to be flat. Yeah, all the effort became from the shoulder blades, right? It's only the heel and the shoulder blades, which is doing the exercise. Good. Again, 15 seconds and then we will switch to the other one, right? So here, I'm stable, my shoulder blades, yes, and elevate the other one. Good. The key point is we need to activate these muscles connecting to the hamstring. So the glutes and the hamstring, they have to work together, right? Otherwise, it's not going to be so easy for us to do the exercise. Good. Once we have this plank really finished, because we do 3 sets of 20 in each leg, then we will move for just the shoulder blades move, right? So the only thing I'm going to do is try to separate and make it stable on my back. So my upper back is going to be, all my back is going to be touching the floor. With the elastic band, if you have it here, we're just going to press in that direction, so try to open, but I cannot really move my back, so it has to be over there. When you feel tension in between your scapula, then that's perfect, and we just count for 20. Good. 3 sets of this one. So far, so easy. Right? Good. First thing about the squat thing is, of course, we cannot open the legs to squat like this. This is sumo squat, is another thing. But when we play basketball, the most common one for us, or the most efficient one for us, is the first degrees of a normal squat. So, first thing we're going to do for the squat is the knees, they're going to go over toes, come back. We also did that in the warm-up, right? But that's the first exercise, because I'm going to be in the lateral so you can see the vision. This is not a squat. Yeah? You can see I'm going too forward, right? So I need to be stable. My chest has to be all the time looking on the front, and then I will go here and come back. Yes? So I need to be stable. To this, I need to be with the core all the time activated and ready. Good. Once we have this, we will just go to squat again with the same principle, right? So slow, first degrees and go up. As maximum 90 degrees, no more. I don't want that no one goes deep, right? So from here, we'll go up and we'll do 20 reps. Good. When we finish these 20 reps, we're going to start with balance. Balance, we're going to be in the toes, right? So we will go to squat position, maintain here, and then we will go to the toes. Yeah? And we need to stay here. We need to really balance ourselves. Yes? As maximum as you can. As soon as you lose the balance, you just move, right? So again, we'll go to squat position, my chest is ready, my back is okay, then I will just go here. Yeah? We really need to balance, my quads are really activated, all the connection to do the squat is activating, my chest and my core is also working, right? That's the good part. Good, okay. Second one. When we raise the leg, right, we used to compensate a lot. We used to go like this, just to be stable. So the first thing we're going to try is how much we can raise the leg without doing all this movement. Good. So, for example, for me, going here, as you can feel, I'm going that way, right? So for me, if I want to be balanced with my hip, I need to stay here. Otherwise, I'm moving too much. Yeah? Just isometric, 20 seconds, and we switch the leg. So easy. Okay. Last one with the balance that we're going to do. I'm going to be here. Then, we're going to make like a beginning of running or first step forward, right? So when we run, the first thing we do is heel, right? And then this one is going to be elevated here. So I'm just going to do it the opposite so you can see. This one is going to be on this position because we're going to be to get there, right? So the movement is going to be heel on the front, and on the other one is all the toe, and all the foot, and then suddenly we will just go to the toes. And we need to be balanced on this position. I don't know if you feel that I'm shaking. It's really complicated to stay here. If we elevate this, we do this, it's so easy, right? But we need to also work on this, right? Again, this position, my back and my core is also activated, right? So when we're here, we're here. And I'm making effort with this toes because it's the one that is going to make me run, right? So this is a stabilizing, and this one is making you going forward. Again, we're going to work as much as you can. If you lose the balance, then you need to go again to the normal position and be patient with this exercise. It's really difficult to get on balance, but it's so necessary if we want to be balanced when we run. So, again, here, first toe with the heel, and in the other one, for example, exactly. For me, this is so complicated. It was a long time ago that I practiced. Yes. And then I need to be able to stay here. To balance, we can go here, or we can use the normal position to run. Yeah? Remember, this one is pressing a lot, because it's the one who's going to make me run. Good. I hope you can practice this at home. Okay, so now we're going to do wall sit. All of you know this exercise as a punishment, maybe from the coaches. When you're not running enough in the practice, they will punish you. This is what they do sometimes in Spain. So it's so easy, same as when we were laying down on the floor, right? With the spine, it has to be my hip has to be touching all the time, sorry, my hip, not my spine, has to be on the wall all the time. So the first thing is we go to at least this degrees, maybe it's not 90, but I can feel it already, so that's, for me, that's a beginning, right? Then I will try to be with contact with my lumbar spine to my upper part of the head. So also my chest or my back in the chest position is touching also the wall, right? So my shoulder blades are over there. And then it's just a symmetric movement, so you can be right here, you can be here, or you can also be here. But if you're here, you will feel like the shoulder blades are moving. So for me, it's better if you are with the elbows touching on the wall. And then it's just unchained. If you can be 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that's up to you, right? Good, and after the wall sit on the wall, we will move for some dynamic thing that we used to play when we are doing basketball. So we will go for basketball movements, but slow, so we can understand how the body is reacting, and we can show him and teach him how to do it, right? So the first thing we're going to do is, we did the leg raise, right? So we're going to be here. As you can feel, my toes, they're raising up, they're not here, right? So we're going to be here, balanced, and then the other one, and try to be balanced, right? As you can feel, it's not easy to do, right? But we need to really be able to do it, yeah? So from here, we'll move, we stay here, move, stay here, move, and stay here, yeah? Second thing we're going to do, here, we will go and come back. Same leg, yeah? The other leg, I will raise, I will go, and come back, yeah? We cannot go here, and then make it to come back. We need to be able to move the hip, and to move the hip to come back, yeah? This movement, we don't really do it when we play basketball in this angle, but every time we play in defense, we are moving the hip in different positions. So if we don't have the rotation inside and outside, it's going to be more difficult for us to move that way. Yeah? I hope you like this exercise and you can do it at home.